Hey guys, 2015 Lincoln MKZ. Same process for the same other year. So we are gonna look for a new car. We're gonna look for Lincoln in this scan tool. Should be the next one. There you go, Lincoln. Press yes. Cylinder 3 misfire detected. Okay, so it's shaking. Boom, 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 boom. What we're gonna do is let's start this up one time to see what it's doing. So I'm sure you guys can hear it in the exhaust. It's throwing pressure. So cylinder number 3, under the hood, the engine most likely will be shaking also. I hate these things. Ah, come on. So you see that engine is shaking? Oh God. So 1, 2, 3, this is cylinder number 3 right here. If you unplug this, there shouldn't be any change. You see that? There's nothing, no change. Okay, let's unplug this and the engine will kind of shake a lot. There you go. So cylinder 3 is misfiring. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get plugs and we're gonna get one coil for this guy right here. So we're gonna change this coil, but we're gonna do tune up as well on this car. Okay, so here goes nothing. So I just want to explain to you guys, this is cylinder 1, 2, 3, 4. It's simply in order. So if you get a P0301, it's this cylinder right here, P0302, 303, 304. Okay, they're pretty much explains itself anyways. What we're gonna do is we're gonna be removing this bolt right here for this little guy. Let's bring our camera a little closer. There you go, that's better. So this is a 13mm right here, and all the bolts, try to keep it away because you don't want nothing dropping inside the cylinder. Anyways, next socket is a 8mm. Okay, so we need to remove this duct housing here. So we're gonna squeeze on this little guy from bottom and top. Just squeeze it and this tubing should just come right out just like that. Don't force it too much because this can crack, it's brittle. So we're gonna loosen up the 8mm on this, 8mm on this side here. It's not even 8mm. I don't even know what size that is, but we'll figure that out later. So anyways, I'm gonna just use a flathead screwdriver and I'm gonna turn this. It might be like a 7mm. Okay, and then we're gonna turn this side, same thing. The reason why we're doing it is because this coil is not gonna come out. Okay, anyways, this is all I need to do. Just get this out of the way. Okay, next step is this little plastic grommet looking thing has to come off of the coil bolt. We're gonna disconnect all the coils. So it'd be a good idea for you to mark 1, 2, 3, 4. Put an X on cylinder 3, which is a bad coil. So all you're doing is squeezing the connector tab and pulling the connectors out. Sometimes you can put a some kind of pick to pull the connector pin off. Anyway, that's that. Should be 8mm now. Yep. So you don't want nothing dropping in here. We got one more little guy over here. It's like a wire connector onto the ignition coil bolt. So I might have to get something such as, I'll use this flathead to lift this up. So this just simply comes off and up off that bolt. Okay. All right, so keep the bolts in order and keep them away from the cylinder head, because once you have your plugs out, you don't want nothing falling in there. So the two bolts on first coil and the last coil is like this type of head. So keep your coils, if you got oil, like you see this got oil on it, so he has trouble with, this one has oil also. Okay, if this one has a massive amount of oil, this is dry and this is the one that's misfiring, so I'm gonna just toss this out. Okay, first two, I'm gonna keep this here. First two have oil in it, but it's not a lot of oil. I just wanna see in there, it's a lot of oil. So what I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna get a socket to clean that off, but we got everything out so far. Okay, so both of these have oil in it. So what I wanna do is, to begin with, I wanna submerge this ignition, spark plug socket. This is a 5x8 socket. Okay, let's get all the oil out of there. You don't want all the oil going in there because it will hydrolock or damage the engine. You want to get every single drop out, or every minimum you can let it go down there. So yes, you can see my socket is coming out submerged. It's a lot less. It's going less and less. So this is the only thing you could do. There's nothing else. You can blow air in it. Those are the only things you could do. Okay, let's go into this one right here. This one's kind of dry. It was a lot less on this one. Okay, that should be pretty good right there. Check this one more time. Okay, there we have it. So I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna get my wrench. So the torque spec for these is 12.5 foot-pound. You can do 13 foot-pound, and the gap is 0.05. Okay, 0.05. This one is loose. Look, I put no force on this one. Wow, that's crazy. This was loose also. Sorry about wiggling the camera. The car's moving and the stand is kind of leaning against the. Okay, this one's pretty tight. All right, this one seems too tight. I'm gonna be hand tightening this because I am a person that loves to do things by hand. Okay, if I don't have the feel, I'm not satisfied. Get this out of there. All right, I'm gonna just loosen them because I'm gonna have to use my magnet. So I ordered the original plugs, Motorcraft plugs for this, and Coil. Coil was about like 80 bucks and the plugs was about 13 bucks each. Turn, 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 baby. Okay, at this point, we need to get those plugs out. So what I'm gonna do is, you know what? The bad coil, cylinder number 3 coil, I'll pick that up. What you can do is stick that in there, and that will grab your plugs for you. And maybe the plugs are not sitting right, so I'm gonna just use magnet. I tried there. But let me use a magnet. I got me a magnet. Make sure your magnet is not dirty and have all kinds of metal particles on it. I've seen those. So look at that. That thing is completely submerged in oil. This one has oil on it. So I do want to clean up the cylinders. Okay, so next step is I like to take my extension with rag or a tissue, just send it down there so it can just kind of wipe the oil off the bore. And that's all what we can really freaking do, okay? I was gonna say the F-bomb, F-bird, but that's all we can do here. All right, perfect. I'm happy with that. Also, make sure your coils are nice and clean. Do not put any detergent, do not put any water, just simply wipe them down, okay? If you see any cracks on this coil boot, you're gonna need a new one. Clean this up really thoroughly. So if it has oil on it, it can also make it misfire, but the cylinder 3 did not have oil on it, so I am gonna tell this customer that he needs valve cover, but that's up to him. So let's wait for the parts. Okay guys, got my package here. This is how they send it to me. So you never want to put cheap. You're gonna do this thing once in every like 90,000 miles. Ignition coil, it's your bad luck if it fails. This customer wasn't really looking to do any tune-up, but he had no choice because I've been told him you need a tune-up. So Motorcraft is the part for this guy, and that's the coil. So this is gonna go on cylinder number 3. This is what it looked like, just like that. We'll just leave it right there. Spark plugs, Motorcraft. Like I said, don't go cheap. There's the part number. If you got a similar, same car, you know exactly what to get. Okay, plugs. Oops, we don't want to drop that stuff in there. Let me just come a little bit this way. Okay, that's 2 plugs. So a lot of these plugs, when I buy them, they're pre-gap. For today's video, I'm going to show you guys. First of all, you got to know the gap. So this is supposed to be where did we talk earlier? 0.05. So that's this right here. So they're pre-gap. There you go. It's in there. It's in there. So they look good, all of them. And as long as this goes through, you're good. Let me try this one right here. Perfect. Anyways, one more thing you want to do is, let me grab one of the old plugs. You always want to check the length of the plug. Too short, no good. Too long, no good. Too long is very dangerous. The short one might give you trouble starting up. Okay, so that's that. We're gonna put, so see how I'm putting these plugs in. I'm taking my finger and I'm kind of taking them all the way down there as much as I can, okay? Let me throw this little guy that fell here. Wait. So now we're gonna take our socket back. Let me clean the socket up. Okay, so move this little guy. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to catch. Look at these plugs. They're just sitting somewhere on the side. It's supposed to be right in the center. Okay, there you go. I want to catch all the threads on these plugs. I'm sorry my video is slow and long. A lot of people have been telling me they want a slower video. So by hand, okay? I'm gonna kind of wiggle this in. Let me see. These plugs, the way it's designed, the plug can just sit anywhere on the side. So that's 2. Okay, let's go to the third one. That's 3. Hand tight all the way. And this is the last one here. Then I'm gonna hand tighten these. Like I said, if you have torque wrench, 13 foot-pound is perfect. I go by hand because I am a guy that sometimes I'll torque and then I'll go back. I'll confirm it by hand because mechanic knows his hand, you know. So remember, these plugs were just in there. They wasn't even tight. So that's that. Perfect. Beautiful. You don't want to go crazy either. You also, if you tighten it, you're gonna have to hold the wrench like that because you can crack the plug. And that's that. Double check. Double check. Perfect. I am happy and I am glad. So the coil goes in and connector gets connected. And make sure your connector doesn't come out. Remember on this one, this far one, and there goes one of my bolts. I'll be back. I'm gonna need my light. My bolt just slipped down there. And no clue where it went. Oh, very lucky. Keep your bolts somewhere safe. So this one had the little notch that's sticking out for this little guy. So next coil, goes in. Before you even get your bolts out, put all the coils in and connect them. And remember, this is cylinder number 3, gets a new coil. And cylinder number 4, all the way at the very end, gets the old coil. A lot of people would ask me, should I change all of my coils? It's up to you. If you got 400 bucks, it'd be great to do it. Usually I just say change them as they fail, especially if I got a Sienna coming. I'm sorry, I got a Lexus ES350 coming in. The coils are kind of hard to get to, so I told that customer the back 3 coils, just change them, because you don't want those coils failing later on, and you want to put out a $400-500 labor. So make sure all the connectors are in. Perfect. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's stick this guy in. Let's stick this in. Okay. So we're pretty much kind of done here, and we'll start up this car to see if there's any misfire. Okay, we're gonna put this in just like that. Okay, the battery. I don't know why the battery cover's all the way over here. Okay, we had a 13mm on this little guy. And then we had a flathead here. This guy right here, just grab it and push it in. It clicks right in and it shouldn't come out. Let me lock up this before we do the 13mm there. That's that. Time for me to lock up the 13mm there. Perfect. We're not gonna put the cover on yet. Let me just grab all of my tools. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go inside the car. I'm gonna start up the car, and we're gonna observe the engine. There should be no shake. And after you do have to reset the light, okay? Because it's not gonna go off on its own. There it is, smooth as a baby, okay, perfect. Anyway guys, thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. And don't forget to put your cover back on. Double check all your work. These grommets should grab this cover just like that. Thank you for watching. And there's no shake, no nothing, but I do need to reset the light inside. So make sure you put a scan tool on and reset the codes.